All right, I am really, 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 really excited to show you guys these ideas that I have come up with for Tupperware. But I need to make sure that you guys understand that these ideas are not the only things that you have to do. Okay, people are going to connect with you and your personality. So if you're like, I would never share that, or that I'm not sure about that, tweak it. Okay, take the idea and tweak it. And I really want to challenge you guys that are here today to, and I don't know if you guys are in the same group or if you're in a place where you can all connect after the training, but brainstorm, get together with each other and figure these purposeful posts out and brainstorm what shopping spree would be and what the showcase should look like. But hopefully this will get your juices flowing today. All right, so this is themed as like a hip hop theme. And you're gonna say, well, wow, this looks a lot similar, and it is. But I want to make sure that you guys again have the foundations and then see it with your product. So why? I'm going to show you these scrolling graphics that are going to stop people. You know about the timeline. You now know about how it serves the different types of shoppers. And now you know about my booking game. Here are the parts. You guys screenshot this. Take a picture with your phone. Okay. This, if you're like, I am doing this formula. All right, then this is kind of like your go by. Sure, you can buy my magazine or you can buy the doodle journal and you can map out, the steps, or you can just take pictures and you can use this training and kind of piece it together from that. Okay, so this right here is the pre-party steps, and then these are the day of the steps, day of the party steps. Okay. We talked about this. You guys tell me after listening about events and groups, which one are you like most excited about trying? Are you going to party in events or are you going to try out a group? Anybody? Type away. Let me know. All right. Very excited. All right. The first thing that I'm going to show you guys, my idea for you guys, are the helpful purposeful posts. Now remember, these you are going to share before your hostess is invited and before your hostess invites any of her friends. These are the decorations for your Facebook party. Helpful. Remember what helpful does is it makes people like think about your product differently. Okay. Now I'll be honest. Don't shoot me. I did order one, but I was and have in my trunk right now a package of water bottles. Okay. And when I was studying and I first took a look at Tupperware, I was like, okay, so they have water bottles. Okay, so they have water bottles. And then I got to thinking, how could somebody talk me into buying a water bottle? I buy water bottles. I don't need a water bottle. And then I did some research and I realized, oh my gosh, if I buy a Tupperware water bottle, I will save money. So the solution that Tupperware has, beyond just having a really cute, functional water bottle that does something really awesome or whatever, is that it will save my family money. Okay? So quiz your customers or your Facebook party guests. Do they know how much money the average family of 4 spends on prepackaged water? And you're not, in this, I want to make sure you guys see this on both these examples. You're not necessarily pushing these products. You're just getting them to think differently about them. Okay. And that's what a helpful pre-post does. It makes people go, oh, I never thought of it that way. So whether you like this idea or not, come up with your own helpful idea. Again, what do I have in my catalog that I sell on a regular basis that would solve a problem or make someone think differently about it? Okay. And so this is a suggestion, just one simple suggestion. Now let's look at the next picture. I'm showing that this is a top seller and I'm relating it back to something from the past. Again, something that ladies love, something that's different than just saying you'll love our chop and prep, okay? you're making them laugh. They are going to realize the functionality or how the chop and prep chops, because they know how to pull the string on the old CNC. Okay, funny. It'll make people laugh. If you loved this, you'll love this. Okay, now let's talk about, what do you write when you're sharing these purposeful posts? What do you write when you're sharing any of this? We didn't really talk about that in the first section, but it's very important that you don't overdo it with the description. Okay, you don't want your guests to be like, oh my gosh, this Tupperware lady has written a book. Okay, it needs to be one sentence, something witty, something very short. Okay, because if it's too long, they're conditioned. People sadly are just conditioned on Facebook specifically to just keep scrolling. Okay, so for this first example, this first water bottle thing, I would probably say, yeah, take a guess. You know, the closest person will win an extra ticket into the door prize that's happening on party night. Okay, and so they're going to guess. And you guys have to figure that out. I'm sure you could Google, okay? Or you can just do some math yourself. But this funny one, well, let's let you guys do it. Let me see if I can stop sharing. I just want to interact with you guys for a minute. All right, well, I'll leave my screen up, but I think I can see your comments. Can I? Yes, I can. All right, so you guys, can you guys see my screen where it says Zoom group chat? Can you guys see that? Yes? Okay, so tell me, for this, let me move this. For this image right here, based on what I just told you, okay, it needs to be short, maybe one, maybe two sentences. Who's going to be brave enough to shoot out something that they would post along with an image like this one? What would you guys share? Becky says, what's wrong with this picture? Throwback. This is a mini chopper. Whirl. Who can't pull a string? Teresa, I love it. This is your adult lawnmower. That's good. Unlike the CNC, you won't want to stop your kids from using. Yes, Angie. Once a kid, always a kid. You guys, these are great. You guys, so good. 90s girl, build those muscles. It won't drive you nuts, but it will chop them. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good. This is so good. Okay, so the idea is just something that's not salesy, something that'll just make people, when they see these, you guys, again, they're coming in for the first time to see these things, okay? My finger's stuck in my earring. They're coming in to your event or your group for the first time, and this is what they're going to see. So if you're like the salesy Tupperware lady, like everyone needs a chop and prep, and this is good for this, and this is good for that, or blah, blah, blah. They're going to be like, ugh. But if you are funny and you hit them with a one-liner or something very simple and witty, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this lady's good. This lady's good. And here's the deal, you guys. You don't have to just come up with this on the spot. You can plan for this. You can have this already typed out so you look funny. Even if you're like, I'm not funny. You can look funny, okay? You can be whoever you want to be. Okay. All right, let me stop. Let me hide this and let's play this again. All right. If you have questions specifically to the helpful, purposeful posts, save those. But let's move on and let me show you guys these how-to. Okay. So again, as I was studying and figuring out, okay, Amanda, what would make you want to spend the money on these two products? It was, you've got to show me how to solve a problem that I have in the kitchen. And you know what my problem is? And hundreds of other moms, it's time. Okay. if you can tell me that I can make a cake in the microwave or make dinner, everything in less than 30 minutes, I'm sold. Okay. And there's value in what I'm buying. Now, if you just put a picture of these two products and say, make dinner in 30 minutes, I'll be like, well, how or what? So with these visuals, does it look easy? Don't you look at this and go, oh, wow, that looks actually really simple? Because you guys, it is simple. And sometimes people just need to see the visual laid out like this and go, oh, okay, it is easy. Now listen, before anybody says, but that's not our current stack cooker. I know you guys have a prettier color now, but that's the only one I could find. Okay. So how to teach them how to do something. It could be how to wash their produce. It doesn't necessarily have to fit in with something that you, want them to buy. It could be how to do something and then an add-on for, something that you sell, like your, what are those things called that keep the produce fresh? You guys know what I'm talking about. Fridge Smart. Fridge Smarts. Okay. So your how-to could be as simple as how to wash vegetables or how to wash fruit or why they would want to do that. Again, it might be something that you go, I mean, people don't know this. You guys live, breathe, and like eat Tupperware. Okay. Your newbies, people that maybe aren't so familiar with it, something as basic as how to, keep your fruit fresh for 3 extra days, would be such an eye-opener for your customers. Okay. So how to, and again, you literally could use any of your products for how-tos, but you're only going to pick 2. Okay. All right. Let me show you guys what I came up with for the quad post for you guys. Do you see how these images make you go, oh my gosh, aren't they so pretty? Don't they just stop you? All right. They're cohesive. All of the colors kind of go and match your products. This is going to make people stop. These bright colors. Your products are so pretty. Everything is so bright and fun and cheery. Your graphics need to match that. Okay. So these templates, all you'll have to do, you guys, is add some of the words. Okay. And then your pictures, which you're already doing. So you can take the templates that I'm going to offer for sale this afternoon or this morning, depending on where you're at. And then you can take this idea. So again, take a picture of this. If you're like, well, I'm going to copy exactly what Amanda has, do that. I wish that I could say, here guys, I made these for you. I am not affiliated with Tupperware and I am not about to get in trouble with Tupperware. So I have at least made the template so that you can have half of the project done. You can go and be those professional looking graphic designers that you want to be. Okay. And so the templates are there. And you guys can play around with those. All right, let's talk now about the question. Now, remember what I said in session 1, I told you that the first 4 graphics that you share, 2 helpful and 2 how-to, you're not going to get a ton of interaction. And you're going to start to be like, I'm not sure about this party. Okay. People are just coming in when you post this. Okay. So you're going to get some interaction. But this is where the really exciting stuff happens. So my suggestion is you don't necessarily focus or show off something that Tupperware offers, but you talk about the problem that Tupperware solves. Okay. Again, people can go, and I know you guys will be like, but it's not the same. They don't know that. They think whatever you guys have, Walmart has, or whatever you guys have, Target has. You have to show them that that's not the case. And you can do that by dropping hints, especially here when it comes to your questions. All right, so you're going to quiz them. You're going to say, all right, you guys, you can only choose one. Where does your family waste the most money? and let them choose. Do you see how they're labeled? A, B, or C. So if they choose A, you know, okay, and you can even make a list. All right, you can be like, people that would love the fridge smarts. Okay, and you can make a list. If somebody said A, she would go there, right? If somebody says B, what products would they love? Probably more than one. If someone said C, you're like, okay, I'm going to talk about the pressure cooker, and we're going to talk about the stack cooker, and we're going to talk about whatever other cookers you guys have. First of all, I need that grill thing from a microwave. I told my husband, I was like, I can make grilled food in the microwave. He's still skeptical. It's on my list.
You need the pro ring too.
I need the pro. Okay, I'm writing it down. Pro ring. All right, writing it down. I don't know what that is, but I think that makes, I can make an egg or something in that. I don't know.
Many things like quiche or
It could
a whole bunch of stuff.
So good, you guys. So good.
Like this.
It's so good.
Host a party, get it.
I know, right? I should. I totally should. I can, yeah, get some stuff for free, right? All right, and then my next question is, what's your go-to for food storage? I mean, Tupperware is known for a lot, but food storage is what you're most known for. So ask your people, how are they storing their food now? All right, and they're gonna laugh at this. They're gonna laugh at C, they're gonna laugh at B, they're gonna laugh at D because it says I just throw it away. So when you're posting these types of questions or any type of question, the idea is that you're going to get to know who's there. You're going to get to know what their need might be. Okay. So let's just break this down, and this is strategic right here, you guys. So let's say you have somebody, Amanda. Okay. She is at your party. She said A, that she struggled, keeping her produce from rotting. She might not buy anything, okay? But you might really like her at the party. She might be really active, and you're thinking, man, she should totally host. You can message her after the fact, knowing that she struggles in this area, and the incentive product that you can specifically offer her would be the fridge smarts. And she's gonna be like, I need that. Okay, and you know that she needs that because you asked her 2 days ago and you knew that. It's strategic. And as a business owner, I mean, work it, girls, work it. Okay. All right, let's move on. These are what I would do for your door prizes and your showcase and your game time images or your reminder images. Okay. Do you see how bright and exciting these are? They're going to slow people down, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, that party is happening tonight. Okay. All right. We have part 1. This is the swag. This is where they're going to have an opportunity to show up, say that they're there, enter to win by doing so, and then inviting them to follow your group or your page or wherever it is that you hang out. Now, this door prize seemed to be, my Tupperware friends all suggested this as the door prize. I don't know how much this is. It might be a little bit high for the swag part. Again, if you're able to use something that's non-Tupperware and save a couple bucks here, then do it. Okay. The idea is, and reminder, you need to make sure that the image of the prize is on there. That's very, very important. They need to see that so that it will draw them off of their timeline. Okay, let's talk about the showcase. Again, this is a set of images that is going to highlight what your product is all about, but it's going to make people realize that they need it. It's not just going to be a catalog of the things that you guys offer. It's going to be showcased creatively so that they're like, and I want all of it. Okay. So one of the showcase ideas that I came up with that I'm going to show you is stuff you didn't know you needed for your kids, your oven, your stove, your fridge, on the go, and then your life. All right. So you would make images for things that your friends didn't, or your customers didn't know they needed for your kids, okay? And then you're gonna make slides for your oven, for your stove, for your fridge on the go, for your life. And let me just show you that before I go to the day in the life. Now listen, I made 3 images just to showcase, okay? Or to show off. You're gonna have 10, 12, maybe 15, depending on how big your showcase is. But guys, I would not go any higher than that, okay? So I noticed, and I'm gonna kind of pick on my Tupperware friends. When I looked at their showcases, I was like, oh man, they're missing out. They are missing out. So what they did is they would write, things you didn't know you need for your stove and your oven. Okay. And then they would have a picture of the lasagna pan, or they would have a picture of the muffin form or of the cookware, but they didn't have the description on the images. Okay. So as the customer or the consumer, I would look at that and I would go, so what? It's a lasagna pan. What makes your lasagna pan or your muffin form different than something else? You have to explain that. You need to let your customers know. You need to take the extra step in writing something specific, something not too much, okay, but enough to make them go, oh, so I can tandem cook in this lasagna pan. So when people see this, they're going to go, what does that mean? Okay, they're going to question and be curious instead of just seeing a picture of a lasagna pan and then realizing that that lasagna pan is pretty expensive. You need to show the value in that lasagna pan. The same thing goes for the stack cooker. When I first saw that, I was like, okay, so it's called the stack cooker. Like, what does that mean? You need to show the value that somebody can do an entire meal in 30 minutes or 40 minutes or however long it takes. And the same with the pasta maker, and the same with the grill, okay? Explain it so that they really can grasp the significance of what they're investing, okay? And the same for your kids. That Shapo toy, I mean, that's been around for years. I remember being a babysitter for a family whose mom had a Tupperware party while I was stuck in the bedroom with her kids. And I remember the kids kept coming out. I obviously wasn't doing a very good job babysitting. And they sent one of those toys in there, and all was right after that. But it's stuff like that. Let people know that Tupperware has more than just, storage. Maybe they'd forgotten that Tupperware served kids. Like those bell tumblers. I mean, those things have been around forever. Those are still very awesome. Reintroduce these things to your people, okay? And again, you're going to go and you're going to create based on the theme. Do you see the theme? The stuff you didn't know you needed, okay? Because again, people are going to think, I don't need this. I don't need this. So you have to tell them why they do need this. And that's going to be a suggestion for one of your showcase ideas. Do the images look very similar to something that they would find in your catalog? Yes, but you're theming them out so that they go, oh, I didn't think of it that way. Okay. Now let's go now to the other showcase idea. And that's a day in the life. And I told you in session 1 that I was like, oh, I'll tell you, but then I'll wait. I'm about to tell you now. The thing is, you guys, don't mess this part up and think, okay, well, I'm just going to post the categories of the things in our catalog and use that. Okay. There has to be a gimmick. There has to be a hook. There has to be something that makes people go, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. I need that. Okay. So another creative idea for the showcase is to do a day in the life. And like I said, let's say that you do 10 things a day. Okay. You get up and you brush your teeth and you take your vitamins. Okay. You get up and you make breakfast before sending your kids out for school in the morning. Then you go and you work out, something like that. Let's just take those 3 things. Okay. So you're going to have a picture maybe of you taking your morning vitamins, and the showcase is going to be a day in the life. So a day in the life of a Tupperware lady, Or maybe I wouldn't do that. I would probably just say a day in the life of somebody that loves Tupperware. Or that I would probably just say a day in the life. Okay, so then you would take a picture of yourself taking your vitamins using one of the cups that you guys sell, right? And so you highlight that cup and maybe you write the time of the day. Okay, 6:30 in the morning, taking my vitamins. I don't know, I'm making this up as I go. Second thing is you go and you make breakfast for your kids. So you have a picture of your kids holding the omelet maker, right? Or something. Or having them pack their lunch with some of the kids pack the lunch things. I just made that name up. Okay. And so you're highlighting two things in the day of the life. This is how you use this every day of your life, right? And then you're going to work out and there's going to be a picture of you holding a water bottle, like sweating, right? Or something else that you guys offer. Maybe you've packed something in something. I mean, get creative, think outside the box so that people go, okay, I can see how I need this. I can see how, this is something that I could use in my everyday life. And, find 10 or 15 things and highlight them. Okay. And again, be creative. And if you're like, I'm not creative, someone that is. Someone watching right now, she can help you. All right. You guys brainstorm together and figure this stuff out. Okay. All right. Dice game, totally need it, have to have it. Shopping special, I would totally do free shipping. Again, if that's not an area, that you guys can offer, like if you're like, oh man, that's a little bit high, then brainstorm together. And I'm happy to help too if you're like, Amanda, Tina can message me and I can field some more questions. I'm not gone forever. I don't want anybody to feel like that either. Wrap it up. You guys, remember, let them tell you how they want to shop. Do they want to screenshot and you place the order for them? Offer that service. Okay, let them know that that's how they do that. Okay, now, let me show you guys what is available for y'all to do these Poppin' parties yourself. Okay, these template sets are all different colors and it's sold with, I think, 30 graphics so that you can put your products, make your own ideas if you want, for your Poppin' Facebook parties. Okay, let me go back. I think the bottom, it's either the top right or the bottom right is what I showed you guys today. But I would do either, you can do any of these, but the Hustle and Bustle or the Bold and the Beautiful, those matched y'all's products the most. These are normally $30, but today only, the price will go up in the morning, you guys. You can save $5 and grab them today, okay? And then also in my shop, I have other things, okay? You can go and get the magazine, which is all of what I shared with you today, just in written form. If you're like, oh my gosh, I love this, but I need more, you can go and get that today. I also have a doodle journal. And what's nice about the doodle journal is for those people that just like to write it down. So instead of reading it and then just making notes, you can actually take the journal, print it out, and then go step by step. I walk you through, okay, now you need to have writing for your event. What are some words that you want to say? And so you piece together your Facebook party based on this formula using that doodle journal. The Hostess image pack with verbiage, that's part of the Hostess coaching, highly recommend. And then the virtual dice game is in there. So if you go to my website, which is that.life.shop, it's all like sectioned out, and go to Facebook parties, and everything that you could possibly need for your Poppin' party is in there. I have theme graphics if you'd rather have those. There's so much in there, especially if you're like brand new to me, you're going to kind of be overwhelmed. So don't be overwhelmed. Okay. Just the best suggestion, since you've really had the training, is get the Poppin graphics and hope that your notes are good, or talk to somebody who maybe took better notes that listened today, and get going. I mean, now's the time, you guys. Between now and the end of the year, you can be making these graphics and having your party ready to go in January. So, all right. If we are not connected already, I would love to stay connected. I have a Facebook page, which is that.life. I go live on that page and I share videos that connect everyday life happenings back to your business. So come and follow me there. I have my free Facebook group where is a lot of the action is happening. I'm also on Instagram. It says I'm on Twitter. I think I'm on Twitter and I am on Pinterest. And then my website is that.life.shop. So now is your chance, you guys, to answer questions. I want you guys to have an opportunity to, I guess, let's be very specific in the Tupperware stuff. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Oh, thanks, Lavon. You do not need a coupon. It is already discounted for you guys, so you guys can grab that. All right, what are the file types for the graphics? How can we edit them? All right, Judy, they are JPEGs. So you will take the JPEG, and it's kind of like, let me just show you a visual, okay? You get the JPEG, and you upload it into, let's say, Canva or PicMonkey, and then you'll add your product on top, okay? So you can't edit the actual JPEG. You'll just be adding layers onto them, okay? So it's really, I tried to make it as simple for you guys as possible. It does, I mean, it's not a hard task, but it does take time. But that's the beauty of it, is after you do it, it's done and you can rock and roll. So if you're like, I need some help with that, I know some girls that can help with that. So if you get them and then you get in there and you're like, wow, this is a lot harder than I thought, let me know. Don't struggle. Okay. Just message me and say, you said you had some people that could help me. And I do have some tech girls that can help you. Okay. Oh, well, there you go. If Canva works, then do it. All right. I like too, I noticed with Tupperware, you have to take the background out. So I'll write this in here. This is a great website. Maybe you guys know about this. It's called remove.bg. Oh, sorry, Sue. I think I just sent that to you. What in the world? Let me do this again. Remove.bg. That you can actually take the white out of y'all's images, and it just gives you the I guess image that you can move without the backdrop. It's pretty awesome. Or you could do it like that on Canva. Let me type in the website of the shop too, and then go to Facebook parties for the stuff. But again, the prices they're discounted, so you guys don't need to bother with a coupon code. But just know that the prices will go up tomorrow, so you guys jump in there. I didn't tell anybody else. I wanted you guys to go in there. So have fun shopping. And if you have any questions, holler. All right, Abby has a question. Amanda, one question. Do you post in your party event group again after part 5 of party, or is that it? Just private message guests. So your hostess has some things that she needs to do. She needs to follow up. And you're going to find, from my experience with this testing of this party formula, you guys, you're going to find that there are lots of people that are still going to shop after the party officially ends. So don't be like, oh, I went to bed and I didn't have any sales. You know, people are still, it's just an introduction. So they might not have showed up live. Don't get discouraged. Follow-up is a big key, but your hostess is going to be the one to do that. So I am very passionate and like not thanking guests publicly for their order. I think that is just, I don't even have a word for it. I just think it's odd. I think that the motive is ill. So So as far as posting, I would just wrap it up by, you know, hey guys, thank you. One last chance to, you know, come over and be a part of my group. You know, have maybe an extra incentive for the next 25 people that joined your group or something. Again, you really want to make sure that those people from that party move over into your group. Okay, passive aggressive, that's a good word. Yeah, I just think it's weird. Okay, so everything is discounted. I discounted the guess who's RSVPing, the dice game, the templates, and the hostess coaching, I think. Yeah, so everything will go up at least like $5 higher tomorrow. So if you guys want to grab it now. Okay, any other questions?
So we have this discount until midnight?
Yeah, well, it might be like until tomorrow morning. I'm pretty wiped out. I don't know if I'll be up till midnight, Tina.
Thank you, Amanda. Great training.
Yes. Okay, Jessica. Okay, Jessica. Jessica says, where do you plug recruiting? I am so glad you asked that. I love it. Okay, so here's the deal. In my research and in my questioning with these with these shoppers and non-consultants, I was very specific in asking about like this part. And the deal is, you guys, it can be overwhelming if you do too much during this Facebook party. Okay, it's already so short. The focus initially needs to be buying and booking. Okay, and you're going to hopefully have a message conversation happening. Okay, the next, talking about what you can post the next day, you can offer an extra incentive to get them into your group and then say, hey girls, listen, I also have an extra incentive if you want to learn more about doing what I do. Okay, message me. And then I have a game called Learn More to Earn More. It is another gift game. It is already, everything is done for you. It just brings people, it's a tool that helps introduce what Tupperware can do for them. And all of the, it's hard to explain, but it's a game that teaches them why they should be or want to be a direct seller, work for Tupperware. It's not specific to Tupperware, but you'll specify things to Tupperware when you see it. But it's kind of like a backdoor approach to being like, here's all the information to get started. And it's a way to introduce the thought process of them potentially joining you. It's another game. I didn't discount that one, but I'll go in there and discount that one too, $5, so you guys can go grab that. It's called Learn More to Earn More, if you want to grab that. It's under recruiting though, and not Facebook parties. It's part of what I would share at the end, because again, when I asked the people, when I said, hey guys, let's talk about this part of the party, it was just overwhelming. They were overwhelmed with all the different things that were going on. The last thing that they wanted to do was talk about joining. Now, you're going to have some people that are going to be like, oh my gosh, this party was so fun. I learned so much. I had the best time. I want to do this. And you're going to, that happens a lot, right? People will message you. But these are for people who, this game specifically is just, it's an extra way to get people that have probably zero interest in learning more to get the information. Because you guys, statistically, when people get the information, they don't even realize they need this job or they want this type of job until after they've heard the perks about being in it. And so that's what this game does. So I highly recommend that one. Okay. Renee, the images are under Facebook parties. All right, do you only give one door prize to those that purchase? No, even Teresa, if they haven't purchased, but they commented on that first post, part 1 post, then you draw their name. It's up to you how you want to pick the winner, but I would just put everybody's name in a hat or put it in one of those apps and draw a winner that way. Okay. All right, you guys, I have been talking for 2 hours. I am so sorry. I hope nobody is bored to death. if you have any more questions, I want you guys to come and know that I am here to help. And listen, if you are a leader and you're like, my team needs this, then message me. I have a special going on for team trainings. So you can send me a message and I will hook you up for a date in January and do it. And I think I'm coming back. What are we doing next, Tina?
January 2nd.
January 2nd. What's our theme? Bookings?
We have, I can't remember the exact title. Oh my gosh. Stephanie, help me out because I know you remember what it is.
Boot scoot boogie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, 4 parties into 12. There's
you're going to take 4 parties and I'm going to show you how to get 12 to 24. It is hands down my favorite training ever. The takeaway from that, everybody is always like this. So
I think they should wear country attire.
yes, and yeah, wear your boots, okay, and have a hat.
I have a question. I have a question. When you were talking about hostess coaching, you mentioned a game. What is that game called?
Okay, so it is called Guess Who's RSVPing.
Okay, and that's under Facebook parties?
You know what? I think that's under hostess coaching.
Hostess coaching.
Everything's categorized. Some of it's, double dip in different categories, but I think that one's just in hostess coaching. But that one I did discount. So if you want to grab that, get that. And then the learn more to earn more, don't go buy that yet. I will go get that discounted really quick right after I sign off. If anybody wants that. And go read about it. If you're like, I have no idea that you're saying all these weird names, Amanda, just go spend some time in the website when you have a minute. And if you have questions about, hey, Amanda, you talked about this. Can you clarify? My team and I, we're in there. We're working the messages on my business page, that.life. So just send me a message and I'll be happy to help. So.
Wow, you guys. Wow, 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 wow. That's all I can say. This was so amazing, Amanda.
Thank you guys.
So much.
I'll see you guys later.
Has got tons and tons of ideas, and we want to thank you so much for your great training today. Let's give her a great big hand. Yay!
Thank you guys. Thank you. Everybody have an amazing rest of your weekend.